So on Facebook, can you edit the title of the video? Otherwise, it says Cricut Design Space class. Hello, everyone. We are doing 6 cards today. I'm a little stressed out about it. I have done some of them ahead of time. So we're going to try to do this live. And it was a lot to cut out. And we released a mystery box today. There's a brand new mystery box with lots of good stuff in it. Fun stuff. So it includes a lot. So we are live on Facebook and YouTube. If you're on Facebook or Twitch, you can see me live, and the chat you see over there is the chat from YouTube. If you want to join in on the chat on YouTube, you can do that. I can also see your chat on Facebook. If you comment, I can also see that, and I will try to answer questions. Please put all your questions in caps. In last Saturday's class, we did easel card. What's this called? A double easel card. I'm like, what did we do? A double easel card. We designed it in we designed it in Design Space together. You guys helped me do it. And so today we're going to put them together and layer them. I made the one, and then I made a lot more that I'm sharing with all the people who support my channel and support my tutorials and support my groups, and all the help that I give everybody. All those that support it also get all of these files. A lot of the images came from Design Space and are in Access. So if you don't have access, you may be charged to use some of these images if you don't already own them. The card itself is a free design made out of free shapes. Okay. Thank you, everybody. All right, welcome, guys. Janie says this is her first live chat. Hello, Gail on Facebook. Okay, let's get started. Okay, let me go to Design Space. I'm going to show you, we've had a talk in my group, Cricut Design Space, with Melody Lane on how to do layering. I get so many questions and comments. I see, how do you layer? What is layering? And so I made a post asking, I don't know what they mean. I do not know how to teach how to layer because I don't know what you don't understand. And some of it's with vinyl is different layering than iron-on is different. And I have videos on how to layer iron-on really easy and how to layer regular vinyl really easy. I have videos on those, on how to do it in Design Space and how to layer it. And every other video I do, I paper layer. So I don't know how to teach it or what exactly they're understanding. So I'm doing all these cards. I did pre-do some of them, but you're going to see everything, like the word happy. I layered every letter except for one because this video does not need to be 3 hours long. So I'm going to try to go through it as fast as we can. So I'm going to show you what it looks like in Design Space because that's how I know how to layer it. I look at the picture of how it's supposed to be, and then I try to do it like that. Sometimes I don't do it like the picture, and sometimes I'm like, oh, I glued this on the wrong way. Oh, well, it's just going to be different. You can always add embellishments to cover up mistakes. You can always just make it different. It doesn't have to look exactly like it was designed to look. But I am going to show you how to try to not make those mistakes. I'm going to show you, because I almost made those mistakes today before the video, gluing my letters on wrong. I'm like, oh, so I got to make sure I show them that so you know how to do it. Raylan says, what's the trick of cutting adhesive foil with the maker? Use the custom setting adhesive foil and cut it twice. To cut anything twice, all you have to do is click the cut button, the C button on the machine, any of the Explorer Maker machines. Do not unload it. The unload button will be blinking for you to unload it. Ignore it and click the C button. If you're like me, you'll see that blinking and you know you're going to click the C, and you'll click that blinking button and you'll have to do it again. All right. Let's go to Design Space. So this is the one that we designed together. Although I do have that. These flowers have writing on them. The Design Space tells you when to put the pen in and what color pen to put in. It pauses, tells you what to do. It's so easy. If you've never done writing, just do it. Don't say you don't know how to do it. Just do it, because it tells you how to do it. So don't be afraid to do something new like writing, because it just does it for you. The writing was already on the images. And then you are wonderful. And I don't know. So this is like what the double easel card looks like if you've never seen it. I showed this in my video on Saturday, so it's kind of folded like that, just to give you an idea. Okay, so we're gonna go over here, and I have all these. So this is the one we're gonna do first. And then I love this happy birthday one. You guys, I'm really proud of that design because it has writing, and I had to do some special things to make it. You'll just have to wait and see. Okay, so we designed these little letters. This is probably the one that's going to take me the longest to put together. So I put these flowers together, and I have more flowers, so I'm going to show you how I did them. And I also did them so you can fold up these little edges. These edges are not glued down, and it will give you more dimension. I also did not, this is like a small one. I thought I'd do the small ones ahead of time. These are not glued down. So you can have more of a dimensional flower. And the butterflies, I'm going to show you how to do it. Okay, first, I think the hardest part is going to do this part. So if you watched my class on Saturday, and if you didn't, that's okay. You can go back and watch it, and you can learn how to make this yourself. We have this, we're gonna glue that there, and then we have each letter cut out. I have the OU there and the ARE. So they're in different colors. So the first thing I'm gonna do, I'm trying to make sure, I don't wanna lose all these little pieces. Make sure you guys can see. I'm going to glue this to here, okay? So I'm gonna turn this over. I use art glitter glue I get from May Made It, and it has this little metal tip, so it's a tiny little tip. And I just am gonna kind of just dot some glue, and I'm gonna try to do it pretty quickly. Try to do all the edges. Because I don't want it to dry, because it's gonna be hard to put on here. So I'm just doing that, and then I'm gonna like move it on where it goes. That's why I like this glue. I get to move it around, and see this here, that doesn't match. I gotta hurry and put that on there and then match up this end. Now, something I also did in this file, I forgot until just now, I added this little yellow strip. You can see that little yellow strip right there. I added that after the video, after somebody had cut it out and shared it. I'm like, oh, it's kind of hard to get this word A-R-E to line up, because the A was connected to the U, the R is connected to this F, and the E is connected over here, and they weren't straight together. So I added that little yellow bar down there. I welded it to the very bottom piece, and I also added a little bit down here just to make this more stable. if that makes sense. Okay, now I also have this I could put on here to add it another layer to go a little thicker, because the other letters will have another layer. And having more layers changes the way it looks. It's not totally necessary, but I'm going to go ahead and put this on. The W is not connected to it. And that's why I try to put like dots of the glue and not do them too thin, because the thinner you put the glue on, oh, that's not right. The thinner you put the glue on, the faster it will dry, and we don't want it to dry too fast because we have to get it in place. Okay, and actually this one I didn't weed out. There. That didn't stick well because it probably dried too fast. So I'm just going to add a little more glue. Try to get it the best I can. And remember, no card has to be perfect. And if you're asking what font this is, because it's kind of awesome, it's not a font. It's in Design Space as an image. It says wonderful. I think I think it was just the word wonderful, wasn't it? I don't remember. I think we added the U and R ourselves. Meaning you guys helped me. It's not quite perfect, but it's pretty good. Okay, now we're going to put the YOU on. And the U is not connected. So we put these on first. It's hard to see. So I'm bringing it up so you guys can see better. So there, I stuck those letters on. Now let's stick the Y on. Make sure you put the glue on the correct side. Make sure you lay it down to see if it fits correctly. There. Now you can see the U more. Well, you see it better. There. And then the U-R-E. These letters are little. I'm just going to dab glue on top of the letter down here and then stick the paper one on it. So instead of putting the glue on the little letter, I'm putting it down here. It's much easier because it's so small. Okay, so now we have that part, and I need something behind it so you guys can see it better. There. And you can see it's not perfect, but you know what? Whoever gets this card is going to love it. And if they don't deserve the card. So screw them. Okay, so we have that part. And this is little leaves. I'm going to go back to the picture real fast. Well, here, let's just put these flowers together first because I know what they look like. Now, these flowers go a certain way on here, and I think it's really hard to tell. There's one petal here that looks more like a heart, and I think this one looks more like a heart here. So that's how I used it to line it up. You'll notice, well, this one I put these together already for the other card. You'll notice that one is not lined up. And something else that I did, I turned it over and I only glued this middle pieces. The other parts don't have to be glued down. This glue dries clear, so it's perfectly okay. As you can't see it on this one, these are all glued together. And I used a pop-up square underneath that one. So once it dries, you can fold these up a little bit. And for some reason I have extras of these. I don't know if I do or not. They're actually supposed to have more. So this one, and these have writing on them. I don't know if you can see that. I only glue the middle circle. So I'm just going to glue that down. I don't know if there's a certain way it's supposed to be. I just do it. And this middle piece has writing on it. I'll show it better. I'll put it on that brown paper. And I'm just putting a dot of glue on that on the back and sticking that down. I use glitter gel pen, Cricut glitter gel pens. Can you see it's like glittery and shiny? So I'm going to do that again on this one real fast. This is the last flower like this. I'm going to try to find that heart shape. It's almost like a perfect heart. And I can find that here. So I have learned how to put that together correctly. And really nobody really notices if you don't. I think it looks fine any way you put it. Just looks like more petals, really, to be honest. I'll put this one on. I'm not sure why I have extras of these. They're just extras, I think. Maybe they're supposed to go on here. I could. I'm gonna go ahead and put that on there. There, that's pretty. And then on this one, I'm just gonna go ahead and put a dot of glue there. Pick this up, drop it down, upside down. There we go. And now we can kind of fold these up if we want to. It's not a necessity to fold that up. You can glue those down if you want, or just do nothing with them. I like the way it looks with those folded a little, flipped up. It just gives it a little dimension. You see a little bit. Okay. So we are actually almost done with this card. And this is the one with the most detail. Okay, so we have the flowers, the butterflies. I'm going to show you how I glue those on because I do those a little bit 3D. And we have this little piece. You can actually glue that on anywhere. So I'm going to take the base of the card. So the base of the card has a score line here. Oh, yeah, just right there. I'm like, where's the other one? I'm like, wait, no, this one doesn't have one. So you're just folding it in half. This started out 4 1/4 by 11 inches. And then the other piece, I have glue everywhere. It has a score line here and halfway down here. So I'm going to kind of fold it in half. It's not actually totally in half, I don't think. No. It's off half a little bit. But then this, I think, yep, that one's half. So then this one looks like this. Looks like a little chair. And then we're going to glue this piece to the front of this piece and have a border all the way around it. It's sized to fit to have that border. So I'm going to go ahead and put glue only on this top bigger piece. And I will be showing you this part again on most of them. So I'm just kind of eyeing it, trying to get it even around here. Looks even. So when the card is in the envelope, the card will look like this, but prettier. Let's go ahead and put this piece on. So this piece is going to glue right inside here, so it also has a border. Are there any questions that I really need to answer that I see Jamie and other people are answering questions? Okay, and then we have just this piece. This piece isn't really necessary, but I included it if you want it. I just put it here. It's not really a part that they will see, and you can totally see I did not glue this on perfectly. Thank you for subscribing. See, it's kind of not even. Most of my cards aren't really even. Okay, so now we're going to put this piece on. We need to put this piece on before I glue all of this on it because I want to see what I can see, if that makes sense. So we're going to glue this piece on with room all the way around it. We're not going to put any glue above this line. All of that will stick out. And today we have a Mother's Day card, a Father's Day card, a happy birthday card, and a graduation card. And this one says, "You are wonderful." It could be a thank you card. You can add another sheet of paper inside here if you want. I do on some of the others, and I will show you that. You could write in here, thank you, or you know, whatever you want to do. So now we have this, and it will sit like this. You can see that. There it is from the side. Okay, now I think I have the biggest flowers. I gotta look at my picture. I'll switch you back over to Design Space so you can see what I'm seeing. I just have it something like that, but when we actually go to glue the things down, we can do whatever we want. We don't have to do it that way. Just kind of gonna look at them. Mary Stevens, yes, I did add the bar after I shared it on Patreon. If you go back into Patreon and click on that link, if you already saved it to your account, delete it from your account, or I don't know if it really matters. Or if you go back and save it, go get it again, it will have that bar in there if you go get it now. Yeah, because I did notice that I thought it needed some tweaking to make it even better, and I wanted to make it as good as possible for you guys. So I'm going to kind of just place these around. Where am I putting these? Okay. Oh, you know what? No. I want the different colors. So they're two different colors here and then two different colors. And in the video, they look really close, but see how they're different? They're almost like opposites. You see that? So I want to make them different here and there. This butterfly I have up here. Okay, so I'm going to put the flowers on first, then we'll do the butterflies. And we have to do these little leaves. So I'm just going to... Now this butterfly, I'm just going to fold it a little. So it'll just be a little 3D. I'm only going to glue it where the little insect part is. And I'm going to stick it there. And I am just going to, I think it'll be easier just to add a little glue here and then stick some leaves on it. It doesn't really matter where you put the leaves. Each 2 flowers have 2 leaves. Or no, have 3 leaves, sorry. I'm at 3. I don't know why I said 2. There. So just glue them on. It's real easy. We're going to glue this one on. I'm going to pop up the second one up there. I use Thermal Web 3D foam squares. I don't know if I have a link to this in there. You get small ones. See the little small ones? You get a whole sheet like this. And then you get bigger ones. And for this one, I can just use a bigger one. You stick it on and then push it down and peel this back, and then that will stick on there. And this doesn't look exactly like my picture. So I'm going to fold this up like that and just bend it and then put glue there. I'll just stick it here. And look here. You know what? I don't want it there. I'm going to stick it up here. Well, I want it inside the card so it doesn't go above there, so it will stick in an envelope. There, it will fit. And then I can still see it when I have this, although you'd still see it down there a little bit. And, oh, I gotta put the leaves on. I'm gonna just stick this, I think. Maybe I want this like that. Something like that. I'm just gonna put glue on the flowers. And then I'm gonna stick some leaves. These have writing on them. I use green glitter gel pen because they're my favorite. Oh, there's already glue down. There we go. So this card's finished. So it will sit like that, which you guys can't see it very well. It'll sit like this. They're really pretty. Belinda Waters, she says, for some reason my comments are not showing up. I see your comment. Okay, we're going to do the Father's Day card. And this one will be very quick because I didn't put anything on it except for Happy Father's Day. The reason I did that is because oh, there it is. Every father is different. Now on this with the Y, wait, I don't have this cut out. There we go. We got to make sure to see which way this goes, because if I would have flipped it around and glued it the other way, it would have been wrong. So this is one of those things you have to look at it to make sure it goes there. I'm not sure what font this is. It's a Cricut font in Access, and it has 3 layers. So the first thing I do is glue the blue layer to the white layer, and it is completely even. And I'll show you what I mean by even. So the edges are even, although I don't get them all even all the time. So the only part of the white you see on this is that middle part. Here I did the P, is that middle part. And then this third layer goes behind it, and you just see the outside of it. And because it's the blue, it's kind of hard to see. So then there's my finished, let's see if I can do this. Here's the peas. Does anyone know what font this is? I can look in Design Space. I'll show you how to know what font it is. That'll be a nice tip, right? If you watch my Saturday Design Space classes, you know what font it is, or you know how to find it. So I'm just gluing these onto this. Now the reason I left this one more blank, like I said, all fathers are different. Some fathers like sports, some like video games, some like Star Wars, some like the outdoors. So you can put any image you want. This writing font, that is a writing font in Access, and it's called Zigzag. Okay. So if you didn't see me put that other card together, this is the same. I'm going to do this really fast. Oh, I already glued that part on. That's folded like that. That's folded like this. I went around the edge of these. I'll do it on this one so you know how. Just to put a little color around the edge. You can do that with ink in many different ways. I just did it with a marker. So I'm going to put this on here. I'm just eyeballing it so it looks like it's in the center. Now what I did is I just took a marker, not that end, that has a bigger end, and I just went around the edge. It's not something you have to do. It's something that gives it just a little bit of extra, gives it more of a finished look. And then I'm going to glue only, look, happy birthday. Your birthday surprise is available now. It says that on my watch from Red Lobster. Sorry for that interruption. So I'm putting glue on the back here and putting this on there so there's a border, and I'm just eyeing it. Now, if your dad likes baseball, put some baseball images, or, you know, video game, you can put video game stuff. There's so many video game things in Design Space. There's Star Wars, there's anything you can put. I have a camping one. So we're going to show you how to do the camping one. The camping one is kind of blank. You could use the camping one for a Father's Day card or birthday or anything to somebody who enjoys camping. I just thought that would be a fun one to make. It can also be used for anything. And then the card is like this, and then you can open this up, you can add more in here, you can stamp, or you can have it even right on here in Design Space. My birthday is April 4th, so it's coming up. Next week, I guess. I don't know. I used to tell people how many shopping days left. Like when I worked in the salon, on the calendar where we made appointments, I put at the top, 90 days shopping days left to Melody's birthday. Now I don't need anything for my birthday. Okay, let's do the camping one real fast. I think will be a quick one. And then maybe the birthday one. I also have a graduation one that has a little bear face on it. You can totally change the face. I think this one's fun. So this is a tent. All these images are in Design Space, in Access. That's just 2 layers. Go like that. We're going to glue that. It's really easy. It just lines up. And I always get glue everywhere, but you don't see it afterwards, so I don't care. This is a fire. It's only 2 layers. You could color the fire too and add more dimension to it that way. You know, maybe cut it out of yellow and add some orange flames if you want to. Okay. And, okay, let's put the card together. Now this one, I also went around the edge of the paper with orange. I did that on here also. So here you fold it in the middle, fold this back. It's actually not the middle, okay guys? I have it scored the way, and I gave you the measurements in Saturday's video. Also showed you how to find them. This one is folded in half. I'm going to try to line it up the best we can. This blank piece, you do not have to use this. I'm just doing it because it's there. Not every card I saw of other people that did these, did they have one here. I just saw one that had it there. I thought, oh, it's a nice touch. Okay, now this piece, this has trees on it. It has 3 trees here, and then I also cut out 3 trees to put up here. But I don't know where to put anything up here until I get this on. And I did trees so it looks more dimensional. The problem is we have 6 trees. We have to figure out which ones fit here. Oh my gosh, I just did that perfectly. So we have to put it down first and then glue it. We have to make sure it's right because I could have had them flipped upside down. That's why I was so shocked that, oh, that was the first try. I'm putting down the middle tree first because the next tree I'm gonna pop up. I don't even know which trees go here. Maybe the smallest ones? You gotta flip it over and see. That one doesn't fit there. And it would fit perfectly because I welded the trees. I don't know if that one's perfect. Let me try another one. They're really all the same tree, but some of them are switched in different sizes. Let's try this way. No, that doesn't seem right either. This is a puzzle. That one, no. one fits. I thought it was a smaller one there, but it's not. That has a little... I'm going to use a small little pop-up, 2 of them, because 2 of them came off, but it probably needs 2 of them anyway. One up there and one down here. And it just got stuck under my nail. Okay, stick that on. Go, stay. And it won't. So we're gonna grab another one. My nails are way too long. I went and got my nails done. They didn't take them short enough. I need to go more often so they get shorter because I keep getting things on my fingers. All right, we're gonna take these off. And I'm popping this up just to give it a little dimension. And I gotta try to get it on there right. There. Okay, now let's match up this one. Nope. Nope. Let's see if this is it. Oh, that's it. So I did use bigger ones down here. I'm just going to use this one here. You've got to line this up. It's not a big deal if you can see that behind it because the color of that is also going to be the color you see on here. Actually, I'm going to glue the top part down. Sometimes I like to pop up the top or bottom of it and then glue the other part down. Gives it more dimension. I could have colored these trees a little bit too. See how popping that up gives it a little bit more dimension? Yeah, I use tweezers a lot too. Okay, so we're all good. I don't have anything here because I'm leaving this card blank because I don't know what I'm going to use it for. I could stamp on here happy birthday or stamp something else, or if you're making it for somebody, you can also always add the Cricut to write on top of this yellow page. You just have to attach it to this piece. So I gave this file to all of my supporters. But remember, if you want to do a happy birthday, just add the words happy birthday and attach it. Now, if things are grouped together, you have to ungroup before you attach. Otherwise, it's going to attach everything together and you're going to get a mess. And you'll have to come to my Facebook group, Cricut Design Space with Melody Lane, and ask what happened. How do I fix it? It all changed to the same color. Does any of that sound familiar? And we're going to stick this piece on up here. We're just going to kind of eye it. That looks good. So now, let me look over here in Design Space. Okay, let me show you guys what I'm looking at. So there's kind of what I had. And when I made these, I was kind of guessing. I did not cut these out until now. So I don't know how high these are going to go. I did have this tent switch the other way. If you want it to be cut the other way, you can flip it the other way. But to be honest, you don't even have to. You can just glue the orange to the other side of the gray. And I think it'll still work. I don't know. You have to test it. But let me flip it back just so I know how I was planning it in my head. Okay. Oh, you know what? I was going to show you how to find out what font that was. Hold on. I got to open another thing of, or do I have it here? I do. I'm going to open my Father's Day card. So before we get any further, I'm going to show you how to find the font. You hear that snoring? That's Kobe. And this is taking a minute because I have so many things open. So I'm going to go back here and we're going to put the tent on. First, I'm going to put the other trees. So I think, oh, I was going to put bigger trees back here and smaller ones here. And the reason I didn't is because these are closer and these are further away. Trees that are further away are smaller. I'm going to stick one here. And one here. You can stick them anywhere you want to stick them. Maybe here. Okay, yeah, I'm going to stick that there. And then I'm going to stick my fire. I'm holding this down so I can, if I want to see all of this in the card, put that there. Boy, I did not stick that on very well, the fire. Here, isn't that cool? So this card's done, except for, you know, it doesn't say anything. And then you can also put sayings inside here. Oh yeah, we could make a really pretty Christmas card like this. Yeah. Okay, now the birthday card. I have birthday written a few times to pop it up. And I also have cupcake on here. And I haven't had time, and I think it'd be fun if we emboss the cupcake, but we're not going to because we don't have time. So these have balloons that have writing on them. And then I also wrote the balloons here. Now, these balloons wrote just like these balloons, where on this pink paper, it had a string down, but no cut. That's why I attached it to here, so then I can just put these all, I don't know if these are supposed to go in a certain way, right here, okay? And then the string is on this paper. So I had the writing attached to this and each of these colors also. But let's do the happy part. Oh, I'm like, there's the cupcake. This is gonna, well, let's just go ahead and do this real fast. Cupcake, this goes on here, so there's a little edge around the outside. You might need to lay it down first, not like I did. And then this has little lines on there to make it look more like a cupcake. And you should glue this part down first. Not like I just did it. So I'm gonna glue this down and I'm gonna slide it underneath there because I think that's the way it goes. Has a little edge on it. Yeah. And then that cupcake part goes on top. And this has a little twirly whirly for frosting. That goes on there. So I'm just gonna put some dots, make sure I get each edge and just a little bit around. And that goes on like that. It'll look better in a minute once the glue dries. And then for some reason this has an extra piece. And you know what? I'm just gonna glue that onto the back. I like the writing that's on the other piece. I think this is just in the file and I probably should have deleted that part. And then it also has this little piece. And this probably goes on here a certain way, but I just think it's fun to see all the colors, so I'm not putting it on perfectly. And then this goes for the top of the cupcake. This is also a cupcake that has writing already on it. It's real easy. If you've never done writing, it tells you what color pen to put in. And then this bow goes over where these strings cross. Let me hold it up. So where these strings cross, that bow goes right on top of that. This bow had a lot of pieces, but I changed it so it doesn't. So it just writes to make it much easier. And I already glued this on. I already folded this one so we can make that part easier. So this is welded on here. This layer, this word has 2 layers, and we're gonna glue these on. I think I left one of the P's to show you how to do it if you need to know. So we're just gonna, oh, you know what? We gotta make sure we do it right. It should cover that up. I just had it upside down, but I caught it before I glued it. So you really shouldn't see any of the white. But again, you know, if you do, it's not the worst thing in the world. It's just fun to make. There you go. Okay, this P is not finished yet. And when you do this, you have to put the P down on here to make sure it's the correct way, that it's not flipped over or anything. This P is probably the same, but the H and the Y and the A, I really had to check to make sure they fit properly. So we're gonna put glue down, and always make sure you're putting glue down on the correct side. These are all tips that I'm telling you because I did them wrong. Not today, but in the past. So then I'm gonna go ahead and put glue on the other side. And remember, when you're crafting with paper, it's just fun. Don't do something if you're in a hurry and have to get it done. You have to leave in 5 minutes to go to a birthday party. You cannot do a card that fast. At least I can't. I've had people say, hey, can you make a card real fast for this? I have to go. I'm like, no. I'd rather go buy it and give you one because I don't have time. I have to take time to create. And I like to do it for fun, so I like to enjoy doing it and not be stressed about it. No stressing allowed. So there's the happy. Now you can take this card and you can change the colors. You can change the wording. It does not have to be birthday. You can make it say anything you want it to say. And we're gonna put glue on here. We're not actually done with this part yet, but only on here. Remember, don't put glue on these letters that are gonna stick up. And we're gonna stick this, and we're just gonna kind of eye it. So now we have the happy part, so the happy sticks up. Now in this one, you don't have to do this, but I wanted to show you, where'd my bee go? I cut out extra letters, and this font is kind of hard to do that with, but I already did the B because that's separate. We're gonna glue all these pieces on top of each other to make it a thicker piece. So it kind of stands out on its own without having to put a foam piece under it. I gotta stop squeezing this glue. So then I just kind of push it into place. And you have to kind of do each letter at a time. And I'm getting glue all over myself. So if you're a beginner, this might not be something you want to do or deal with. Or if you don't like messy things, you might not want to do this. Okay, that's pretty good. Now we're gonna glue the colored one on top. It's not perfect. If I was doing this without you guys, I would probably be a little more careful, and if I wasn't trying to do all of these cards in one video. I'm going to try to put this down on the Y first and get that straight. Maybe that will help. Kind of do it slowly. It's okay if it shows some white behind it. At least it's okay for me. I think it just makes it look like a shadow layer. And then we're going to stick this on here. So I'm going to put glue on the back. Never be afraid to try something new. That's why I get so many people are intimidated and afraid. You learn by making mistakes. So please, if you're new to all this, plan on making mistakes. Can you see how it stands up a little bit? I don't have the dot for the eye, and there's no way I'm even gonna try that. Okay, now for the fun part on the top. Okay, so now I'm gonna go ahead and glue this down. You don't have to glue it down now. You can wait till you have everything on here and then glue it down. It's completely up to you. I'm gonna put these on first. I don't know if these are supposed to go a certain way. I'm just gonna stick them on. Putting the two outside ones on first, and then I'll put this one on so it's in front of those. You don't have to. You can do it any way you want. There's no rules in crafting, guys. And then I'm gonna stick this in. I'm gonna pop this up. See all the glue on my fingers. I'm gonna close this to maybe see. I'll put it down here. It doesn't have to be totally seen when it's closed, because when it sits like this is open and you still see more of that. Is that pretty? So it would kind of look kind of like that when you have it standing. There's no, Peggy, no aggravation allowed. Just let it be. Thank you for your support. Okay, we're down to 2 cards. We have Mother's Day left, which I did part of it already, so it'll be fast. And then we have a graduation one that I think is cool. Okay. This one, I made the inside of the card. Look, I had that draw in there. This one is going to go inside. We haven't done that yet. So it's going to go inside the card. And then you could have something written on here. You could stamp, or you can write your own handwriting. Something of how you feel about your mother, or your sister, or anybody, whoever it's for. Your daughter it could be for. She's a mother. So that will be the inside, and then we're going to put this will be the outside. And we're going to eye it the best that we can. And then we're going to put this here. See, this is going really quickly. Next card won't, because it got finished cutting. during the first minute of this video because I have awesome assistants. Okay. So now we just have to do the butterflies. And like I showed you the other butterflies, I folded it. There's no score line on it. I just folded it on my own, just a little. Put glue right in the middle. And I'm going to stick him here. He has this little part here. I just glued on the top piece of that. And I'm going to do the same with this butterfly here. And just stick that on. Look, that card's done. Well, I did this part already. And these flowers were just drawn on it by the Cricut. It's easier for me to see than it is for you to see in the video. And see, I use glitter gel pens. There is no paper for those flowers at all. It's all just drawn on there. So that's what this one looks like. And then she can open it up and see the inside, and we got some more drawing on there. Isn't that pretty? It's the glitter gel pens. Okay, we're on to our last one. Okay, this one has a diploma, and the diploma, if you have this file, it has 3 shades of these colors. And I didn't really, I had to use more of a brown shade because I didn't really have 3 shades that go together. So this is the diploma. I'm going to go ahead and glue this. Let me show you what this one looks like really fast. Hold on. And that Father's Day is not opening. Okay, let me get you guys over here. Okay, so here's the graduation one. Now, this is just a hat in Design Space. And then this is just a little bear face. Oh, it's a hedgehog face is what it is. There's so many faces in Design Space. And you could also put a hairstyle. Let me show you. Or you could put eyelashes. So here's what it looks like. And here's the diploma. This is just a diploma I chose from Access. If you don't like it, you can choose another or not have a diploma or have something else. But it has those are 3 different colors. And so I tried to do 3, but I didn't have those colors. So this is what the card looks like. Let me show you real fast. So let's just make this video even longer. I'm going to search hair. There are so many hairstyles in Design Space. Like well, no, because the hat was the other way, but you could just add a hairstyle to it. They have the men hairstyles. You could add these to it if it fits somebody. You could just add glasses to it. You could just add eyelashes. I'm searching eyelashes. You could search glasses. You could have any of these fun things. You could have that face. You could have a Cricut head. Anything you want. I just thought that was cute. Oh, you can search faces and find all the faces also. Okay, let's go back. There are now 75,000 images in Design Space. So I'm just going to go ahead and glue these on. The biggest one, and then this one that has that. It's just really easy to see what goes where. Because this is the biggest one, and then I'm putting this next one on it. You just make it even everywhere except for right there. And then this one goes on it like that. And you can tell the layers. You can look at the layers in Design Space. Oh, I hope I'm putting the glue on the right side. There we go. Yes, I was. So there's that, and then it has a bow. So I'm going to put glue on the, oh, I better check it. Yep. If I didn't check, it wouldn't have worked. So there's the cute little diploma. Okay, there's the little face. And these numbers. So I'm going to go ahead and glue these numbers together. I would have done some of this ahead of time, but didn't have time. So you just glue this to here. This 9 has another little piece that goes in the center. And I'm just going to add a little glue to the center. And remember, we can't see this glue after we get it. That looks awful, but it won't look that bad once the glue is dry. As you can see on these, I did the same thing with these flowers. They looked awful, and now that the glue is dried, you can't see it. So don't freak out if that happens to you. And remember, I've been doing this since 2011, which is kind of funny because it doesn't look like I do very well. So don't expect to do perfect your first time crafting. There's so many of you that are so much better than I am. I'm saying, you are. Okay, almost done. We're actually almost done with this whole card. It doesn't take long. I will also make this card for other years. So like next year, I'll make it for 2020. I have a lot of graduation cards and I try to make them for years in the future also. So they're not just for 1 year and they're done. Because a lot of them I have to weld in I'm always welding in the numbers. Or the numbers are just something different, special. It's not just writing. Okay, I didn't do that one perfect. I think I have graduation cards all the way back from 2014 that one time I just did them for the next 5 years. Get them done. And then I'm going to glue the diploma down. Just putting some glue like that down here. The congratulations here is a word from Design Space. It's in Access, and I just turned it into writing instead of cutting that out because it would be easier. Okay, now I gotta put this card together. Wait a minute, that goes this way, and then this way, and that goes here. So this one we fold in half. This one fits on here. I'm gonna go ahead and do that. We were testing some of the pens on here. The glitter gel pens, the gold and silver, show up really good on this black paper. And then, Oh, I think I made one of these to put on the inside like that. And one, I think this one's the inside. That one's bigger. And this one fits here. So on this one, make sure you glue the correct one in the correct spot. Check them both. But if you wanted to write something on the inside on the white part, I just made another piece for you. And you know, this piece will go in here. I'm not even going to do it. We're going to see what it is like without it. Let's go ahead and glue this on. Remember, you do not glue where the numbers or words are sticking up. Only under that. And we're going to put it here. We're going to eye it. So there's an edge all the way around. And then we're going to put the hat here. I'm going to pop up the hat with some Thermal Web 3D foam squares. And remember, you can get all of these projects. You can try to make them yourself. I just did them in Design Space. You can do that too. Or if you want them done for you, I did them in Design Space and shared with everyone who supports my channel. Okay, we're gonna, and you can support on Patreon for $2 or more, or YouTube, and then you get to use all those fun emojis on YouTube, or Facebook fan page, and you get a little badge next to your name too. And you also, on Facebook or YouTube, you also get a growing badge, which is fun. And I'm putting the eyes on. Oh no! And his mouth came off. So I didn't put enough glue on it. So I have so much glue on my fingers. Let me move it. There we go. Okay. It's cute. So you can't really see the face when it's closed, and they'll open it. Isn't that cute? Like I said, you can put anything you want there. You don't have to do that. Judy, the foam is easier to pull off if you push it down really hard first. So it'll look like this laying on the table. Isn't that fun? I think that this would put a smile on my face. I did these colors. This was my high school colors. I like the Thermal Web foam squares. So here are all my cards. Right? I did them all right. I feel like I'm missing something. Oh, here's the Father's Day. Aren't they fun? I like them. I had fun making them, fun designing them. For the people that support me, I think you've had them all week. So some people may have posted some of them on Facebook and everywhere. All right, guys, are there any last minute questions? Did you guys pick up your mystery box? Kobe. Joanna wants to know the differences in joining, and I have that somewhere. For supporting me on any of the 3 platforms, you get all of my Design Space files. And on Patreon, there's lots more levels, so you can go there and see what you want to do. On YouTube, you can click the join button and it will show. When you click that join button, this is for everybody. You do not sign up and they don't take your money right away. You have to look at it. You can see what the perks are. You can see what you get and what's included in membership. And then you can decide if you want to join. It's not like click the join and it's done. Thank you, my Sammy. All right, guys, I'm going to let you go. If you have any questions, further questions anywhere, you can ask me on Facebook or ask me in the comments of this video. I love to get comments on the video, so let me know what you think of these cards in the comments. Click like and subscribe, and join me on Instagram at MelodyLane815. I'm giving away a maker, your choice of color, mint, rose, blue, or champagne. Okay, and not just a maker, 1 year of access. So you're going to win. Somebody is going to win 1 year of access and the maker of their choice. You have to be on Instagram. I'm going to post it on Saturday. So it's probably going to be posted by Saturday, 9 a.m. Eastern time, and it will tell you how to enter. But it's only going to be on my Instagram. You have to follow me on Instagram, MelodyLane815. All right, so that's a kind of a big prize, and you get to choose the mint maker if you want the mint one. So I'm excited about that. But you have to join me on Instagram. Thanks, Glenda. All right, guys, thumbs up. Love you. I will see you Saturday morning for Design Space class. Bye.